Approaching the Chag of Purim always brings to mind the worst Lashon Hara in the history of Klal Yisrael. Rava the Amora writes in Meseches Megillah, Daf Yud Gimel Amud Beis, Me'olam, no one ever said Lashon Hara Lishnabisha, and no one ever spread Lashon Hara about Klal Yisrael on a worse level than Haman, and the nefarious Haman HaRasha, the personification of Amalek in his time. And what was the choice Lashon Hara of a Haman? That Mefuzarin Heim Bein Ha'amim, that well-known posuk in the pages of Megillas Esther, Perek Gimel Posuk Ches, Hein Am Mefuzu Mefur Bein Ha'amim. Take a look at Achashverosh, at the nation of Klal Yisrael. They are dispersed all throughout. They're Mefuzu Mefur. That is the worst Lashon Hara to highlight that Klal Yisrael is lacking Achdus, that they're not together as a unified, cohesive group. On the contrary, Amafuzu Mefur Bein Ha'amim, that gave rise to Haman and Achashverosh's animosity. That stands forever as the worst Lashon Hara from time immemorial. And that's when Amalek can fight Klal Yisrael. Turning back the pages, rewinding to the end of Parshas Beshalach, that momentous battle that we had with Amalek, writes the Torah Kedosha Perkei Zayin Pasuk Ches, Vayilochem im Yisrael b'Refidim. The Torah made a point of highlighting where did the Milchama, where did we have to face this belligerent opponent called Amalek? Where did we do battle with them? In a place called Refidim. Writes the Kleyakar in the 1600s, writes the Chidah in his Droshes Kisei David and Droshud in the 1800s, the Kleyakar, the Chidah, they both say that if you slightly change the letters of that word Refidim, it yields Peridim. Switch around the first two letters of the word and don't read it. Vayilochem Yisrael b'Refidim. Read it rather. They fought them where Pridim, Lashon Amefuzur Umefurad. Dahainu, when Klal Yisrael is scattered, when they're dispersed, when they're not together as Keish Echad B'Lev Echad. That's when there's a Pesach, an opportunity for an opponent called Amalek to wage a war against the Jewish people. When we are Peridim, when we are an Amefuzur Umefurad Bein Ha'amim. So what's the tikkun? The tikkun, of course, is, writes the Sfas Emes in a number of places in his Ha'aris and Purim, Ikar HaYeshua came when Esther recited those precious words, Lech kenos es kol HaYehudim. The Yeshua, the salvation, and the ensuing Geula all transpired because of one thing. Lech kenos es kol HaYehudim, bring them all together again. Brosam yachad techeles Mordechai, mishloch monos ish l'reyehu. Writes the Sfas Emes, echoing an earlier Maharal in his Or Chodesh on Megillas Esther. Kimu v'kiblu haYehudim, v'kiblu is spelled Loshen Yochid with the singular conjugation, precisely to illustrate, writes the Maharal, writes the Sfas Emes, that they were makabel as one unified, one unit of Klal Yisrael together as one. That's what engendered the ensuing Geula. That's what brought about the Achdus and the Tikkun for the Sinas Chinam that made us in a state of Peridim.